All right, we are officially live on 93.9 WKYS, Facebook, Twitter, StreamYard, and every other link that you can think of that's associated with KYSDC.com. My name is Quicksilva, but tonight is definitely not about Quicksilva at all. It's about a great friend of mine, and I don't use that word loosely. This is not a co-worker. This is a friend of mine that I've known for probably close to, I don't know, 25, 30 years now. We kind of came into DC at the same. Well, he actually came before me, but we'll talk about that in a second. But he goes by the name of DJ Gemini.
Yo, Silva, quick. All you drop the hot boy, quick.
I can't do your drop because your drop was a lady like kind of saying your name sexy, and I'm, we friends and all, but we not going that way. DJ Gemini, welcome to Top Shelf, being brought to you by Remy Martin, man.
What up, man? Thank you for having me, man. I'm with everything associated with Remy Martin, so
As you should be, man. Remy Martin. I'm currently drinking me a little 1738. I got to send you some, man. I know we live close, so I'll definitely get you something to your house sooner than later. You had that by tomorrow, matter of fact. But real quick, man, I've been doing these since this whole quarantine, COVID. I know we're kind of outside again now, but we started these some months ago where I really just have just conversations with some of my DJ friends, man. And like I said, I've known you for I don't know. When did we officially meet? Like I don't even know. It's been so long.
You know what's quick? I mean, we've always crossed paths, even in Baltimore, man. We were talking a little bit off the air about you and Sean, and I remember like the record pools, like
baby. That was 1996, 97.
Yeah, unruly tape masters at the Paradox in Baltimore, and you know what I mean.
Don't forget Hammer Jacks, the Jackson Sunday.
Yeah. So I've we've always crossed paths. I've always been a fan. I've always you're my guy, man. And we ended up here in the same spot, and it's you've always made me better, bro.
I appreciate you, man. I salute you, my brother. You came to I came to KYS in 2007. What year did you come to KYS?
Now, see, this is what you don't remember. Me and you and Angie Ange, we came about a week apart.
So you before me or after me?
I was sitting in the studio when you guys were getting your tour. This is old KYS. When you guys were walking through, I was sitting in the other DJ booth when you guys were getting your tour through. So 07, man. It's in the summer, like somewhere around summer 07. Yeah. I finally, got the KYS, man.
So I'm gonna say you probably came in August because we came in September of 2007. The Q&A invasion, Quicksilva and Angie Ange. Well, our slogan was "I vote yes, KYS," because Quicksilva and Angie Ange, we the best.
Yeah.
I always tease Angie. I say when we first started, I had dreadlocks and you had pigtails.
Yeah,
right. Then she had dreadlocks and I had even. Now she back to even.
But it's funny, man.
Another great thing about DJ Gemini, ladies and gentlemen, before we get the backstory from KYS to now, he's also probably, I don't want to say probably, or do I want to give you a title? Are you a bigger Ravens fan than me?
Hey, quick, if you can look in like your top in the corner, I don't know how you see in the corner.
Right.
If I flip this thing over a little teeny bit, man, you see like, right over. That's Ray Lewis High School's jersey right there. Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll just say he might be a bigger Ravens fan than me. Only one up I have over you is, of course, I was the Ravens official.
You were the DJ. I remember.
So I kind of got you by what you're a bigger fan than me. But I can actually say I was a Raven for some years.
You're a Raven, man.
I DJed for Ray Lewis and the Baltimore Ravens. I was Ray Lewis' personal DJ I still am from 2000 to present. I've done every Ray Lewis event he's ever thrown, including his Hall of Fame induction down in Ohio. But enough about the Ravens. Right now, we at the spotlight DJ Gemini. For anybody who might not know who you are, give us a little backstory. Where you from and how'd you get started DJing?
I was born in West Baltimore, man, and my pops owned a music store. It's ill. Like he owned a music store in DC, so he used to just drive to DC every day. You know what I mean? But he's from Baltimore, so when I started getting a little older, I was starting to be able to go, to the record store with them and go to work. And, fast forward, I get out of high school. There was a club in DC called the Ritz nightclub, man. And my good friend and your good friend, DJ Mike Scott, man, they were looking for a DJ at the Ritz to play all Baltimore club, like all night. Baltimore club, all
big deal back then,
yeah. On the floor, which was crazy. And none of the DC guys could really play Baltimore club, and he got me a spot at the Ritz, and just from that day on, man, like I just was blessed enough to be able to move around the DMV, move around the country just from that moment, just playing Baltimore club for about a year before the Ritz closed, because they ended up closing actually.
Right.
And
that was a big club. It was like 5 floors, or it was ridiculous.
5 floors, 5 floors, man. Everything was just they had 2 hip-hop rooms, but it was a Baltimore club room. It was a dark reggae room that just was sweaty, and and I mean just these amazing DJs there. Quick, and not to sidetrack too, and I'm sure we'll get into that in a little bit. That was back in the days where clubs had different rooms, so it was all these great DJs in the other rooms. So like you had to kick some ass, or your night will be over early. So the Ritz, DJ Analyze upstairs, and Mike Sky next door, and Super Slice in the reggae room, and just all of these great guys, man. And just 30 clubs later, here we are. Here we are, man.
I had the honor of DJing with DJ Gemini every Friday at the club that I would say really like put me at that level, by the name of Ibiza. Before Ibiza, like I came to DC, I started at the other station. So I came into DC originally back in 2003, from 03 to 07. Since we're on KYS's live, I won't say, but I was on the other station.
Right.
And I was doing a lot of the clubs then, like Zanzibars and H2Os and a lot of that. But when I came to KYS and Ibiza Fridays, me and Mark Barnes always joke about this because his ego won't let him admit it. Ibiza Fridays was the club that knocked Love and Dream off that pedestal.
R.I.P. True story.
Like true story. Most people, and I always say, people don't give Ibiza or like me, you, the Easies, like Adimu and Eric Clay. They don't give us the credit, but you got to think Love/Dream was the #1 club in the East Coast, not just DC, for about 8 to 10 years. I mean, they were the king of the kings. King of the kings. Ibiza came into the market like something we'd never seen.
It was different.
Up until then, especially like the Ritz and all those days, it was always about just, the club and the promoters, and it wasn't no show. Ibiza brought the Vegas, the light show with us DJing, Cal on the lights, the video, the big video, Ibiza performing live. DJ Gemini. I mean, it was like Las Vegas and Washington D.C. Our grand opening, just to give people an example, was Kim Kardashian. Like she hosted, baby. Like that was the direction that Ibiza came into the market, and DC had never seen anything like that at that time.
Right.
And we were blessed to be the DJs every Friday on the live broadcast. DJ Gemini 10 to midnight. I would come on midnight to 2 on the broadcast, and that really changed the face. That really changed the face of like DC nightlife. And me and Mark joke, because right after that I started working at Park with Mark. But I said, Mark, Ibiza came and kind of nah, shorty. I was already close, shorty. Y'all. I said, okay, if that makes you sleep well at night, cool. Other than that, man, you also radio wise right now, even up to date. How long are you're on every day at noon? How long? When you first started at KYS, what time slot were you at first?
I've always done noon, bro.
So you've always been noon for all these years.
So quick when I've always done. Nobody wanted noon. When I got in, like everybody wants it. You know what I mean? Everybody wants to do go back, and everything is R&B and retro and all of that. But when I got into radio, nobody wanted to play throwback music. Everybody wanted to
probably
play.
afraid it made you sound old.
It made you sound old.
Right.
But I guess I just always had an old soul. Like, I don't know. Like, so I'm with it. And you know, the guys that I always looked up to, like when I even listened to radio, that's when I listened. I listen at noon.
Irons, the CeeLos.
That's when I listen.
Yeah.
So I've always, you know, I've dabbled around and, you know, did some weekend stuff. But I mean, if you know Gemini from radio, you know me from noon. You don't know me from doing a Saturday night or you know me from doing noon. So yeah, man, it's just been a blessing, man, to just, you know, kind of be on that ride, man. With some greats. You know, that's, you know, KYS is, I mean, they need to write a book or something, man, with just, you know, the people you just get to see in the hallway, you know what I mean? Just to be in that environment, Quicksilva, Russ Park, Donnie Simpson, et cetera, like, you know, and it just makes you great, you know. It makes you
never lie.
The bar is high. High.
If you just tuning in, we're having the backstory. Myself, Quicksilva, DJ Gemini, is all being brought to you by Remy Martin. Must be 21 over to drink. Please drink responsibly. My favorite drink, by the way, is still the 1738. Unless I'm feeling real good about myself, I might do a little Louis the 13th. But normally we keep it here with the 1738. That Louis gets you good. And if you're not careful, by the time you get your bill, you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
What did
How
I
many
do?
shots did I have? that joint to humble you, right? But nah, man. Back once again, we're talking to DJ Gemini. Born and raised in Baltimore, came to Washington D.C. Has been on radio in D.C. for close to probably 2 decades or plus now. Very successful. But one thing I always admired about Gemini, like you say, was you were always more than just a DJ. You always were like this businessman. Like I said, I remember you at the record store.
Yeah.
You were like the guy who was on the boss, manager, owner side before it became cool in the last 5-10 years to say, oh, I'm the boss.
Yeah.
Gemini was like the boss.
Yeah.
Before we knew what the boss was.
Yeah.
So how has that transition been from coming into the business when we came in and it was all about records? I mean, you had a record store to moving into the digital age of Serato.
To even piggyback off of we were just talking about record stores. Now, where we come from, you know, we're from Baltimore. Like all of the cool DJs
at a store
always like, yo, like it's ill, and still probably to this day, I'm sure still a few DJs, like all the cool DJs worked at the record store. So it was like a thing to go over to Metro 2 or Metro Stereo and buy a Booby tape, or go down to Inner City Records and get a Scotty B tape, or DJ Patrick, or you know, I'm trying to tell my age.
I'm gonna tell you something crazy. I'm gonna cut you off, but it was so crazy that like we never called the store the store.
Yeah.
So if you went to Metro up Mondama, like I'm going to Mike's store.
I go, yeah, I'm going to Mike. Yeah.
You went to Rice Town Road Plaza, I'm going to Booby store.
I'm going to Booby store. Right. Yeah.
If you went to the little small inner city, I was going to Scotty's store.
I'm going to
if you went to Howard Street, I was going to see Sean C's at Old Town Mall. Like I was in the city, Monument Street in Mondama.
That's what I'm saying. See, it was a cool thing. Like, it was a cool thing. So just as a child, I'm like, yo, well, if all of them work in record stores, I could go work with my pops. I could go to DC and work in a record store.
Put my chest out a little bit.
Yeah, put my chest out. And, you know, I was selling my little tapes, you know what I mean? Like in the store, you know what I mean? Like my little tapes, and, you know, and you know, I just got a chance to really kind of watch my pops, just watch him work, man. He was like, you had to kind of sell other stuff more than records. So he was like the beeper dude, like the beeper guy.
And he was the same way.
Yeah, you know, he was like the beeper guy. And I watched him, you know, take some, you know, be great. And I watched him take some L's, like, and you learn from them losses, man. I remember when like beepers, when it was like the transition to cell phones, like he couldn't really make that connection like with the cell phones. Like nobody could. The credit was, you know, messed up in the hood, and you know, the prepaid stuff. So like I kind of just watch him transition and just watch him hustle, and you know, just a lot of that is just still, you know, still within me, man. And you know, you just gotta figure it out. And what do you do great, man? And you know, just keep going with what you do great, and try some new stuff along the way too, man. But DJing has been good to me, and you got to kind of know the business these days as well, to kind of make some good moves. You know, you know, man.
I know it's my understatement. I tell people all the time, the DJing is a part of the music business. The music business is 10% music, 90% business.
Yes.
A lot of people never get that, and they become frustrated because they have talent. So they might be a dope rapper, a dope singer, dope DJ, dope radio personality, whatever the case may be, but they don't get the fact that it's a business. And the people who learn the business end of it, they always thrive, especially if you have talent as well. So you know, you've been blessed to learn the business outside of radio and then bring that business to radio, and I think that's what's helped you become so successful over all these years. If you had to say in Washington D.C., Gemini, your favorite club that you've DJ'd at, give me your top three in order. Your top three in order. If you were writing a book and they said, Gemini, what are the top 3 clubs that you've mixed at in D.C.? What's your top 3 in order?
Platinum.
Platinum.
Yo, this list changes. Like, whatever barbershop I'm in. Yeah, whatever barbershop you're in, this is gonna change. But that Platinum Ibiza, and I mean, I'm gonna put H2O, and you know what's funny? Me and you, we've always been at the same. Like, me and Quick always been at the same clubs. Forever. I'm gonna put Lux Lounge and H2O really close. All those clubs, once again, I said it earlier, Quick, like, and I credit all y'all, man, DJ Analyze, and just you had to be, you had to be like these clubs, Alice. I mean, like, you had to. They're all. If I'm at Lux Lounge, if I'm on the second floor, DJ Analyze is downstairs. DJ Quicksilva is upstairs.
Right. You better shine, because if not, I'm on one of their floor.
If I'm at H2O and I'm in the VIP room, DJ Quicksilva's in that main room. DJ Analyze is in that front room doing the broadcast.
Trinity's on that side.
Right. I got Quicksilva coming behind me now. Behind me. He's right there over there getting this. He got the Remy over there. He's drinking his Remy on the balcony. So we gotta make sure that we're not looking crazy out here in these streets. So, you know, but those 3, and I mean, it changes, bro. I mean, the Ritz was great, and I don't know, a lot of the smaller spots, you know, a lot of the smaller spots were dope. 1223, and
I think one thing that you hit the nail on the head is that you had to be a DJ in the 90s and 2000s. I feel like over the last 5 to 10 years, it's really, you know, if I got a Serato and a few Instagram followers, I'm popular DJ now. I don't have to have skills at all. One of the reasons why I started my DJ school, Quick and Easy DJs, because I realized how many DJs I was DJing with that have DJ in front of their names that just they didn't know any of the fundamentals. Like, they didn't know about counting bars. They didn't know that the song has an 8 count and a 16 count. Like they didn't know about how to start the song on the 1. I mean, just little stuff. Forget about scratching and crabbing and all that. I'm talking just like the basics. And I remember I was having a conversation about with Iron, who's a great friend of both of ours. Shout out to DJ Iron, the Big Daddy, one of my favorite DJs of all times, and one of my favorite hosts on the mic of all times. Right. Iron's GOAT. But I was having a conversation with Iron, and I remember him asking me, he said, Quick, and he brought you in, he said, like, after you, Gemini, the Alizés, and the Analyzers of the world, like who's next who really has skills? He said, I know there's popular DJs that's popular. You know, they're popular on Instagram. They have great song selection. They know how to play all the new records and shout the promoter out, but you can never put them in a DJ competition. Like, they can't DJ. And a lot of these, they know that, like, you can rock a party because you're playing the hits.
Yeah.
If you have to DJ a competition or do a as me and B used to call it, a workout session, and it's Quicksilva, Gemini, Analyze, Iron, CeeLo, like you
what's
can't
gonna happen to you? Yeah.
You can't play with, like, at this point you'll realize, oh, my favorite DJ really can't DJ. Like, at all, like not even a little bit. And I think with us, we come from the era where skills matter. Right now, popularity matters. If you're popular and you play the right new records, you're a hot DJ. And it still boils my skin. And we've talked about this before. When you hear like certain DJs do stuff, and you be like, "Oh my God, that's off," and he doesn't even realize it's off. Like in his mind, I'm killing it.
It hurts.
And you listen like, "Oh my God, he started on the 3." Like, this is horrible. But the average crowd, the girl in the club, she has no idea. That's her favorite DJ. That's her favorite. He's popular or she's popular, and they're playing my favorite record, not knowing that like they're starting the song from the middle of the verse. Like it's like the fundamentals. Like, and I remember Iron saying, like, I said, Iron, I'll be honest, like, there's not that many skilled DJs that came out in the last 5 or 10 years that I know of. Like skill.
Sahan, it's a small, I can't even say a handful, but it's a few. I mean, it's a few. It's not a lot. I think social media, played a big part in that. I think technology
definitely
plays a big part in that as well. I just bought a new controller. I just bought the Ring 1, and I'm like, whoa. I'm like, whoa, this like I don't even gotta touch this thing almost. I just pull up to the club here, like get playing, like go get a drink. Like go, so I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know where this is going. Like that's the part that kind of, like you just knew, like Iron, like as we speak about Iron and CeeLo and all these great guys, they knew we were coming.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they knew we were coming. So like, I'm sure they were, but I don't know
who's coming.
I don't know. Shout Malcolm Xavier. I mean, like,
great example.
Like,
but
I don't know.
Even Malcolm's close to like 10 years in.
I
knew.
He's almost one of us.
Right.
He's almost one of us. So, I mean, I don't know, but God bless him. Like, and think about it like this. If I could post as good as like I don't post. I don't do social media as good as him. I mean, like, so, maybe if I had a smidget of social media, like posting, quote, whatever, like that thing is,
right.
And I could put like my DJ skills like with it, like to say, "Oh, you have Superman." Like, but
that's so funny. Like, so I just started doing a lot of recap videos of like my events for that reason, just to show people that I'm not just a popular guy because I'm popular on the radio. Like, I'm really a DJ first. All the other stuff is like, oh, he can talk on the mic, he can, but Quick can DJ. I remember me and you were talking, right? He can DJ on top of all the other like cool stuff. I think that's what makes us great, and that's what makes Remy Martin great. We always say, we don't settle for just being good. Like, we really want to be great. We really want to be great. And DJ Gemini, on behalf of myself, Quicksilva, and Remy Martin, I want to say you definitely, in my eyes, have become one of the greats, man. You withstand the test of time where a lot of DJs don't get longevity. Think of how many DJs started DJing when you first came to the market that don't DJ no more. Think of who the hot DJ was 20 years ago who don't even DJ no more. Like, we're 20 plus years in and still relevant, still hot, still on the radio, still doing clubs, still doing parties and shows and concerts. That's commendable. So I definitely give you your flowers while I got you here, Gemini, because from radio to nightclubs to private events, this guy does more weddings than I've seen anybody. But that shows your level of greatness, man. So I really wanted to salute you, my brother.
I appreciate it, Quick. Once again, man, you guys made me great. My peers, I mean, just your peers make you great, man. Like, it's, if you're not over there kicking, can I say ass? Can you? If you're not, in the club kicking ass before, you know what I mean? Like, if I don't, it's like Jordan and those guys talk about it like with sports. Magic say, "Yo, I will look in the newspaper, man, and see how many points Larry Bird scored, man, and I gotta go to, tonight I gotta go to the game and rock out." So, I mean, I'm only as good as my peers, like, you guys make, you make us all great, Quick. And You know what you do, Quick, and it ain't over. You know, we ain't the OGs yet, man. They ain't calling us up nothing yet. You know what I mean?
I'm still doing 12 events a week. We talking
right? You know, we still here, brother. And you know, we still here, bro. You know.
I salute you, man. For anybody else who just tuned in, of course, it's all about Remy Martin, Team Up for Excellence. We're talking to DJ Gemini. You can hear him still every day, noon on 93.9 WKYS. What's the name of your mix? Lunch break mix.
I actually, I'm on Fridays and I move Fridays, Saturdays. It's all over the place now. Friday, Saturday on Kiss, and I'm over on Magic, as well, yo. But yeah,
kicking ass. You kicking ass, bro.
Yeah.
He said, just punch around. I'm on all the stations.
Just punch around, and we there, man. But look at the logo, man. I'm looking at the top of the screen, man. That, you know, umpteenth years later, you know, still, man.
Facts in real life, man. Real quick, we got a few minutes left, man. What are our Ravens gonna do this year, man? What we doing this year?
Hey, man, I had the opportunity to go and to the game, the big one on Monday night, man.
Overtime win.
Overtime win. I'm gonna tell you a secret, Quick. I'm gonna tell you a secret I haven't told anybody.
We got exclusive, y'all. Remy Martin, we got an exclusive.
I left early. I left early.
You thought we were done?
Quick. No, I'm not saying I thought we were done. But what I am saying is the score was 23-3. It was the end of the third quarter.
And
I was parked in a garage all the way at the top, and I had to pick the babies up, and I had to weigh some priorities out. And I listened on the radio, and I said, "Holy,
moly, right?
moly."
Right.
Ravens, if we could be at 10-16, I'd be happy. Squeak into the playoffs. We showed the world that we can beat these teams. So
Kansas City, everybody thought we was going to get demolished. We won.
Yeah, there we go. So growth, man. Shout out to Lamar Jackson, man, and Shorty is really turning into a leader. I love it. Facts. I love it in all aspects of life. Just growth, man. I love it. So my Ravens, man, we come. You see my blanket, man. We
still want the smoke. We still want the smoke.
Yeah, we want all the smoke, baby. We want all the smoke, man.
Well, say less, man. DJ Gemini, I want to say thank you, my brother, for sharing some of your story with the world. Brought to you once again by Remy Martin, Team Up for Excellence. Make sure you're over 21 and you drink responsibly. Tell them Quicksilva sent you when you're drinking that Remy. Any last words, man, for everybody that's been supporting DJ Gemini and plug your Instagram, all that good stuff, so everybody knows.
Man, just I tell my kids every morning, man, just be great. Just continue to learn. My son is here playing video games.
What's up, little Gemini?
But I mean, just be great, man. Just continue to learn if you can. We're living in a really weird place right now with the world, man. So I had to tell myself to jump sometimes. You know what I mean? And, you just got to jump and live it up, man. Smile. You just never know, man. And just hit me at DJ Gemini Live on social media. Hit me on the Twitch at DJ Gemini Live. So I'm doing the Twitch thing, man. So
you should.
That's been fun as well, man. And follow my brother, man. One of my great friends, man. Quicksilva. Always been A1. Always been solid, man. You see what this guy do, man. You see that wall back there. That ain't old stuff either, and that ain't old. That's new stuff back there. I know.
Around the room, my joints just literally they everywhere.
You see that wall back there. And shout out to Quick, man, for just being great. And I wish we had another hour. I wish we had another hour. I'd interview you, man, because it's some stuff that you need to get off your chest, man.
Man, I got a documentary coming out. I'll give you an exclusive real quick. I got a documentary actually coming up, probably top of the year, called "Who Is Quicksilva." I'm going to send you a link when we're done, but it's going to be major. It's a 6-part docuseries. I was already done and finished. I can't tell you what network is picking it up, but it'll be on a major network. So I ain't
this is what you do, Quick. This is what you do. This is what
it's gonna be amazing, man. It's gonna be amazing. A lot of people who've been following my life and my career over the last 25 plus years. They're gonna learn so much about me that they didn't know. I sent Russ, Paul, and Donnie we mentioned them earlier. A snippet I'm gonna send you, and they both called me and said, "It's amazing how much we thought we knew about you and we know nothing." And I said that the purpose of this is just to show people there's so much about me that you don't know, that I don't post on Instagram, that's not on radio, and like my real life, as I say, in real life. My real life, a lot of people don't know my backstory, but I'm excited for people to see who is Quicksilva coming. Top of the year, January is going to be on a very, 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 very major network. This is going to be
a little bit of the piano. You're giving us a little piano on that.
I can't get
see, look, see what I'm saying? They don't know that. They don't know
piano and drums. I'm excited for this to drop, man. But once again, DJ Gemini, I just want to give you your flowers while you're here, my brother. I don't want to be one of the people that wait till something happened to Gemini. Oh my God, Gemini was my guy. He was. No, I think it's important for us to celebrate people just on a daily basis, not on your birthday, not on no random holiday. Just I thought about it, like, we need somebody that you can interview, and I said, you know what? Let me hit my guy DJ Gemini. He deserves it. So salute to DJ Gemini. Keep being amazing, my brothers. Send my love to the family, to the wife and the kids, and everybody else, man. And let's go Ravens.
You already know, man. You already know. Appreciate you, bro. We'll get up.
Everybody else, man, if you're over the age of 21, please drink responsibly. Remy Martin from the 1738 to the VSOP, whatever your vibe is, enjoy smooth Remy Martin. My personal favorite, DJ Gemini. I do the 1738 on the rocks with a dab of ginger ale or a dab of ginger beer. Amazing. With a cigar, I'm trying to change your life.
I'm gonna go get some cigars tonight, so I might make another stop.
Go over the dash. I think it's called a Remy Martin sidecar. I think that's the real name of it. But I just call it the Remy and Ginger. Remy and Ginger. You can't go wrong.
Shout out to Remy.
All right, man. Have a blessed day, everybody. Stay safe, and you'll find us very soon. We do these like once a month. We spotlight a lot of DJs. So on behalf of myself, Quicksilva, Remy Martin, and DJ Gemini, have an amazing night and stay safe.
Let's get it.